Ben has unlocked the secrets of understanding how our minds control our business and daily lives. Inside each episode, Ben shares his proven, actionable items, tips, and secrets to managing the supercomputer between your ears so you can build and develop your business and start living the life you desire and deserve. This is Practical Psychology for Business with Benjamin Halpern.
Hi, and welcome to today's podcast. I've talked about it before, but I want to talk about it today in a different way. The importance of celebrating and recognizing and appreciating your successes. It is so vital and important. Because remember, there are so many naysayers out there in your real life, in your virtual life, who are there to crush your success. In order for them to make themselves feel better, all they do is squash other people and say, nah, you're not successful. You know those people around you where every time somebody's making it happen and somebody's really on top and you point it out, they say, nah, but his marriage stinks, but his health is no good, but his kids are messed up. Somehow they'll quash the person and they can't live that somebody else is successful because it puts pressure on them. It's going to happen. There are so many people out there who take the easy way out. Right? You remember, there are two ways that a child could be taller than the other child. One is to push the other kid down on the floor, and then you're taller than that kid. Or you can get up on a chair and make yourself taller. The easier way is just push down the other kid, and that's what most people do. Rather than working on themselves and finding a way to be bigger and feel stronger and be happy with yourself, to quash somebody else. So you have these people in your life and you can't get rid of them. You don't live in a bubble. Misery loves company. So the people around you who are miserable want to bring you down. It makes them feel better, and because misery loves company. It's just a rule of society. It's a rule of the world. It's a rule in psychology. It's the way it is. So in order for you to simply balance things out, forget about get yourself revved up and excited. Just to balance, to keep things in balance against all the people, the naysayers in your life who knock things, you simply need to step up the game just to create that balance. So you need to start celebrating success, recognizing everything good you do. It's key, right? In the Jewish tradition, we celebrate every single completion of a book, of a chapter, everything. We're always celebrating successes. It doesn't go through a week. There's somebody in the community where I live that if you celebrate any tractate, any book, anything, he throws you a whole party. He spends money because he believes in the power of these successes. You know, we're getting together to celebrate the finishing of the Talmud. 100,000 Jews get into a big stadium in the New York area, and we simply celebrate what we achieve. And people that didn't do it just come to celebrate. Celebrating successes is a massive part of Jewish tradition because it's what keeps us going. That's why there's so much studying and books written in the Jewish tradition. No other religion close comes to the amount of books that have been written and the amount of studying that goes on. With Talmud, and it's fascinating. It all is driven by the power of celebrating success. There's a big spotlight put on celebrating success. It's important for you to celebrate success in small things. It doesn't matter. We celebrate our day. We celebrate our hours. We celebrate everything we do. It's extremely important, and I urge you to do the same for you. Celebrate your successes at the end of every day. Celebrate at the end of a good call. Celebrate at the end of a good activity, a good behavior, a good action, a good gym session. It doesn't matter what. Celebrate. Recognize that you're making progress. Help yourself fight the naysayers in your life and the naysaying patterns that have been created in you to knock yourself and say, nah, I could do better. You can't look at things like that. You know, in between recording the last podcast and this one, I went down to the kitchen and my daughter was making a new type of brownie bar for the first time. And she was saying, look, I messed up. I just can't do this. And I told her, of course not. This is the first time you ever did it. For the first time you ever did this thing, it's beautiful. It's amazing. And I flipped her a little bit into that mindset. It's very easy to knock ourselves. It's the way we are. And the reason why we have those naysayers in our life we discussed before. There are other reasons. But the bottom line is we can't allow ourselves to get affected and brought down by all these naysayers in our lives. We need to counterbalance it with positivity, with excitement, with happiness, with joy from celebrating success. Recognize everything good you do and don't stop forgetting about it. You're driving home from work. Think about all the great things you did today. You get up, think about all the great things you did yesterday. Think about you better prime that pump of celebrating success big time. Because if you keep on doing that, you're going to do what all the successful people do. And it works for them. They taunt all their successes all over the place. And the reason is not because they want to be big shots. It's because the more they recognize it, the more they send the message to their brain that they could do it. And they continue doing it. And they continue doing those behaviors. And they go over and over and over and over again. Celebrate your successes and thrive. And achieve the life you desire, and we both know you truly deserve. For more free content, visit my website, benjaminhoffman.com today.